What if I told you the reason you're struggling isn't because you're unlucky, but because you can't wait? This is the story of a young crow who almost lost everything because he wanted everything too fast. The crow who learned to wait in a quiet green forest. There lived a young crow. He was smart, fast, and very curious. But he had one big problem: he hated waiting. If he saw food, he wanted it immediately. If he wanted to fly, he flew without thinking. If something took time, he became angry. The older birds often warned him. "Good things take time," said the wise old owl. "Waiting makes you stronger," said the patient tortoise, but the crow only laughed. "Why wait," he said, "when I can act fast?" One hot afternoon, the crow saw a farmer spreading fresh seeds on the ground. "Food," he shouted happily. But the farmer was still nearby. The other birds waited safely on a branch. "Let's wait until he leaves," said a sparrow. But the crow was already flying down. He landed quickly and began pecking at the seeds. Suddenly, clap! The farmer shouted and ran toward him, waving his arms. The crow panicked and flew away as fast as he could. His heart was pounding. When he looked back, he saw the other birds calmly eating the seeds after the farmer had left. The crow felt embarrassed. "If I had waited, I could have eaten peacefully," he thought. But he still didn't learn. A few days later, the crow saw a shiny piece of bread floating in a pond. He loved bread. Without thinking, he flew down to grab it, but the bread was floating far from the edge. The crow leaned too far. Splash! He fell into the water. His wings became heavy and wet. He struggled desperately until he finally managed to fly out, tired and shaking. Nearby, a heron stood quietly in the water. "I waited for the bread to float closer," the heron said gently. "Now it is easy to catch." The heron picked it up without effort. The crow sat silently on a rock, dripping wet. Once again, waiting would have helped. One evening, the crow was very hungry. He had not eaten all day. He searched everywhere but found nothing. Then he saw a mango tree full of golden fruit, but the mangoes were still hard and green. "They will be sweet when they ripen," said a parrot sitting nearby. "Just wait a few days." The crow was starving. Waiting felt impossible. But then he remembered the seeds, the pond, the fear, and the embarrassment. He took a deep breath. "Okay," he said softly. "I will wait." Waiting was not easy. Every morning he looked at the mangoes, still green. Every afternoon he felt hungry, still waiting. Every night he wondered if he should give up. But he stayed patient. He watched the sun rise and set. He watched the wind move the leaves. He watched other birds come and go. Slowly, something changed inside him. He felt calmer, quieter, stronger. Then one morning, the air smelled sweet. The mangoes had turned bright yellow. The crow gently pecked one. Soft, juicy, sweet. It was the most delicious thing he had ever tasted. He ate slowly, peacefully, happily. No fear, no rush, no regret, just joy. From that day on, the crow was different. When he saw food, he watched first. When he wanted something, he waited. When life felt slow, he stayed calm. Other young birds asked him, "How did you become so wise?" The crow smiled and said, "I learned that waiting is not losing time, it is gaining something much more valuable." If this story touched your heart, Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more powerful life lessons. Remember, patience can change your life. Comment below. Are you learning to wait or still rushing?